Hey food people, I'm Franny on the go with Flavors of New York, and I'm here in bucolic Brooklyn in Carroll Gardens at Sea Salt Co-op, and we're going to try some amazing food. Come with me. I'm here with Gabby Zinu Wolfson, Sea Soil Co-op in Carroll Gardens. So tell us how you chose this location.
Yeah, so we chose this location really, it was timed perfectly. Our landlord is Margaret Pelka of Margaret Pelka Bakes, and she was retiring. And so we found this space online, we had a conversation with her, we hit it off right away, and basically we timed her retirement with us taking over this space. And so we're baking out of her ovens, we're using her large stand mixers, so it's really kind of continuing on a
What
legacy.
a legacy.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God, that's incredible. And I know you've really curated how you develop your recipes. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure, yeah. So we've been doing this for 3 years. Before we had a brick and mortar, we were a catering business, we were doing pop-ups, food festivals, and really our inspiration comes from everything around us. So we have friends who are farmers, and we've gone to their farms and they've had a lot of tomatoes, and so we make a lot of tomato confit, which is like slow roasting the tomatoes, and then we think what would go great with tomato confit, right? And we thought of our one of our like most beloved sandwiches, the River, which has miso braised pork, mozzarella, because obviously if you have tomato confit you have to have mozzarella.
And you're in Carroll
Yeah.
Gardens,
And
so
you're
that's
in
sort of a
Carroll Gardens.
natural.
And sprouts and wasabi aioli. So it's really, the process is we have an ingredient we really want to work with, or we get an ingredient from a farmer, and then we bounce back and forth. We taste things, we figure out what works, what doesn't work, and it really just comes from us both being incredibly passionate about food.
And you taste that passion in your food.
Yeah, thank you.
And I'm wondering, like, the breads, because they pop, they're so incredible, they're so flavorful. Like, how do you do that? Like, what do you do?
Yeah, so Noah, my co-op business partner, he has been baking for over 15 years, and he's working with the same sourdough mother starter. So he's been basically taking care of this sourdough starter for 15 years and really perfecting his craft. All of it is naturally leavened, all of our bread, which gives it really nice flavor. And we like to get creative. Like we don't stick to one bread. Our focaccia is our main bread that we make, but we also love making pretzel, and we do a sesame arbol, which has pomegranate molasses in it and sesame seeds and arbol chilies. So yeah,
Wow.
the bread is really the foundation, and we build, the ingredients off of the bread. So it's this conversation that we're having with each other, with the ingredients, and then the bread is kind of holding that all together. So
The mother of all sourdoughs. And how do you think of the names? Since your names are so clever, the River, the Lucy.
Yeah.
How do you think of the names for your sandwiches?
yeah, it's really special because the names come from children in our lives. So the Lulu is my baby cousin, River is Noah's nephew, Isabel is a child that I babysat for 3 years, so it's all children. We are educators. That's kind of another part of our background. We've both been baking and cooking and being in the service industry for a long time, but we spent, each of us, was doing it for 5 years, he was doing it for 6 or 7, teaching kids how to cook and teaching them about food justice. So
Awesome.
kids are very important to us.
So that brings me to another part of the conversation, which is how Sea Soil Co-op prices there's a pricing differential, and you have sort of a food justice portion of the business. So tell us how that works.
Yeah, absolutely. So when people come in, they see on our menu that it's 2 different prices. And it's actually a range. So a lot of people think it's a half sandwich and a whole sandwich, but what we do is we allow people to choose their price from the range. And our philosophy is to make it as affordable as possible to as many people as possible. It feels really important to us, especially with, a lot of good food, being unaffordable to a large number of people. And so we believe that it's not just that everyone deserves food, but everyone deserves to eat really good, homemade thought out food.
Right, and good food, not just meaning flavorful, but knowing the sources that it comes from,
Exactly.
and knowing the care and nurturing that you put into the natural ingredients that you use.
Exactly, yeah. And it's been a really beautiful thing because I think a lot of people in this neighborhood have latched onto it and they really get it. And so we always tell people, you know, it's both making it affordable for people and also making it sustainable for us, because we believe in, you know, paying ourselves and anyone who works with us a real living wage and sourcing our ingredients from really good locations and farms, and that's very important to us. So when someone chooses to pay on the higher end, if they're able to, they're helping to support that as well.
Have you been embraced by the old school businesses in the area? Because there's such a mix in Carroll Gardens of like old school, new school.
Yeah. I think, you know, it's been a mix. I think some people are trying to figure us out. But we have a lot of old timers who are regulars already. So
Awesome.
it's really great, and we love them, and we want to be, you know, really good neighbors and a benefit to the community.
So this leads me to the food, and I'm super excited to try the food here.
We're going to have some tasting of, because we don't only just do sandwiches, we also do pastries. So we have our sour cream blueberry muffins,
Woo!
which we've been told are incredible, and one of our most popular things, which is our brown butter molasses chocolate chip cookies.
Yum.
You're also going to get to try our pretzel bread.
Yippee.
This is our Lucy that today we made on pretzel bread instead of focaccia, and it is smoked trout, pickled red onions, radishes, fermented pepper jam from peppers that we ferment in-house, and aioli.
I taste the pepper jam. The trout adds a saltiness. The pretzel bread is incredible. Oh, I could eat this every day. I'm going to overdose on the spice and the salt of the trout.
So we have our blueberry muffin
Properly darkly baked. Beautiful.
and our brown butter molasses chocolate chip cookies.
Incredible. I love the edges of those muffins and cookies. I cannot wait to try it. I'm salivating right now. Oop, steam coming out. Holy guacamole. And it is bursting with blueberries. Oh my God. Without a doubt, the best blueberry muffin I've ever tasted. I mean, the burst of the blueberries in this muffin, it's incredible. And the crunch on the top. I'm in heaven. I can overdose on this muffin right now. This is a brown butter molasses cookie that is absolutely to die for. So Gabby, I found you probably online through a content creator, and I was so excited when I read your culinary inspiration to try this place. And then I met you and we connected, and I just felt the magic in here. And
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like one of the greatest joys is the connections I've made. And I think you were really special. You were, firstly, very complimentary, but also just this character, this person that's been in Brooklyn your whole life. And it really meant a lot for you to come here and try us out. And we keep making those connections. We keep having people come back and they become regulars. And we're so honored to create this space for people.
thank you so much for this incredible culinary experience today, and I cannot wait for people to come and discover Sea Soil Co-op in Carroll Gardens and meet you and Noah, your partner.
Thank you, Franny. Thank you so much.
And for Flavors of New York, I'm Franny on the go, and I'll see you next time.